This December, I'm playing one season in every FIFA game from FIFA 10 all the way to FIFA 19, and today we're playing FIFA 16. To decide our team, instead of asking you guys with a poll, instead I asked ChatGPT to give me a team and a challenge, and it picked a really good combination. We're going to be heading to Bavaria to manage the highest rated squad in any FIFA game ever, and we have the equally tough task of trying to win Bayern Munich's second ever quadruple. It's going to be quite hard to do this in FIFA because there's actually only 3 tournaments we can win, so instead we're going to use the pre-season tournament as one of our quadruple attempts. You might be thinking, how can this possibly be the best team of all time? What about Madrid and Barcelona a few years ago? Well, look at this squad. It's absolutely insane. Robben and Ribery on the wings, Lewandowski and Müller up front, even Lahm and Xabi Alonso at defensive mid is legitimately legendary talent. Our formation is a little bit unusual, sure, but it's the one that Bayern Munich used in real life this season, so we're going to try and keep it the entire year. When I tried to think of players that would actually improve this team, Ronaldo and Messi were obvious, but that would make winning the Champions League way too easy. Mbappe is only 15, so he's not even added for another few months. Haaland is 13, so nowhere near getting on the game. Sure, someone like Toni Kroos might have improved us, but in literally every other position on the pitch, we already have the best possible player. That's how good this team really is. We proved our dominance in pre-season. We beat Chelsea, Man City and Man United to go on to lift the prestigious Asian Elite Cup, which, like I said at the start of the video, is going to count towards our quadruple because the German Super Cup isn't actually in FIFA 16. For the 3 other competitions we're entering, we'll be showing them separately one at a time. So let's start by looking at our run in the German Cup, or the DFB Pokal. So we got a fairly nice draw. We beat Leverkusen, then we beat Stuttgart, then we beat Mönchengladbach, and in the final we were playing against Borussia Dortmund. Of course, Dortmund by far the best team in Germany other than ourselves, so this was probably the hardest possible final we could get in the German Cup, but also probably one of the most expected opponents to face there. Arturo Vidal found a really good ball through to Lewandowski, of course a former Dortmund player, but Socrates there with an absolutely amazing slide tackle. In this match you might notice a couple of the flaws that FIFA 16 has, mainly that they're so good at stopping any kind of chance that the games usually end up with between 3 and 5 shots for both teams combined at the end of the games. Here's a couple from Borussia Dortmund and absolutely an open goal from Mkhitaryan. I don't know how he hasn't managed to score that one. Just before half time we were having a massive tussle there with Piszczek, but Müller would find Lewandowski. We probably could have played it back through to Müller, but that was going to be half time. Now I'm going to show you the stats of this first half and you'll probably be quite amazed at the fact they have 69 possession and 96% pass accuracy. It's absolutely insane, but that's just how the AI loves to play when you're on legendary or world class on FIFA 16. It makes the games a little bit boring. Sure, you can make chances like this with Gert, so we got into the box, but they always seem to just get back in time before you press shoot. You might notice throughout this video that the later into the season we get, the further into tournaments we are, the better football we know how to play. That's just because I'm finally getting used to how FIFA 16 works. You can see right there, Gerson nearly getting a good chance there after some first touch build-up, but again we get the ball out left. It seems like the left is definitely the weak point on this Borussia Dortmund side. Lewandowski gets into the box and hits the top corner of the post. That would have been an absolutely amazing cup-winning goal, but the 92nd minute we had one last chance, but Piszczek blocks off Ribery. This match is going to extra time. Now, we did actually have Ribery and Robben on the bench, which gave us some good threat. Robben actually won us a free kick. The free kick came in, and Goetze was the best header. Out of anyone on the pitch, he was probably the least likely, in my opinion, to score that, but thankfully he was the man on the end. Lewandowski would cut into the box, he would do a fake shot, and then they couldn't quite stop him before he hit the ball this time because they had to foul him. We were like, should we let Lewandowski take the penalty? Robben took it, and we're glad that he did, because 2-0 meant we were basically secure with our first trophy of the season. At this point, I have to say I was quite annoyed at how the AI was playing before, with the constant stopping us getting goals, so we were going for more and more just to kind of punish them in this final. They were also trying to, of course, score a goal. Benatia is seeing that out for a corner. All the drama inside the career mode has been about Marco Reus saying he's not actually going to renew his contract, so if we were playing a second season it might be quite fun to pick him up, but unfortunately we're not. We won the corner. Lewandowski gets it out to Robben, and we see the goalkeepers behind us, so we're not actually under any threat until our controller disconnects. Thankfully the game auto paused and we resume. Robben into the open net. Is he going to showboat? A little bit, sure. Berkey's not got the pace to catch Robben. That is going to be a 3-0 win in the German Cup final. We confirm it right here. I think Arjen Robben was probably our man of the match in this final. He came on in the 80th minute. He won us the free kick that we got a goal from. He scored the penalty. and then he scored the counter-attack at the end. So definitely a big game performance there from Robben. I think we're going to need a couple more of them though if we're going to keep winning trophies and get this quadruple. So that's 2 competitions entered and 2 competitions won. This was always going to be the easiest one to win in Germany though. I think only Dortmund have any chance of stopping us, and we didn't even draw them until the final. Let's keep our gameplay in Germany for a while and see how we got on in the league. Can we confirm the treble? Well, as you'd expect, things got off to a pretty interesting start. Stuttgart was one of the first matches we played, and again, it showed off some of the many flaws of FIFA 16. I mean, just look at this right here. A double save and then smashing it onto the post. It really felt like things weren't in our favour in this game, especially when Muller then hit the crossbar again, and they just got to the rebound. But finally, Muller would stick one past Stuttgart, and that's basically how the season went. Tommy Muller hit a lot of goals, Lewandowski got a lot of goals too, Goetze coming in for Muller every now and then was developing really nicely. We were actually in the situation where if we beat Borussia Dortmund, we would win the title. It didn't look like things were going to go our way when Marco Reus would score a header out jumping Jerome Boateng to put them ahead after 5 minutes. Mkhitaryan would find Aubameyang, and Aubameyang would get the ball to Bender. He blasts it past our now 93 rated Manuel Neuer. Of course, at this point, we just went all-out attack. We wanted to try and get goals, but things like Eric Durm flipping Muller when he's pressing him, or Ribéry's Rabona cross being missed by Tommy Muller, Robben getting a volley and Berkey saving it before Bender outjumps Robben, you know things aren't going in your way. I mean, look at this right here. Robben getting given a free kick against him for doing absolutely nothing. Thankfully, though, the referee would blow the whistle and the game would end, so that's going to be a 2-0 loss, which meant we really had to win this next game. We were playing against Ingolstadt, who are the worst team in the division by far, but if we somehow lost this match, then we might choke the title away to Bayer Leverkusen, something they're very famous for doing multiple times to Bayern Munich in the past. Thankfully though, games that don't count as rivalries are actually quite fun on FIFA 16, so we went into this basically on all-out attack from the first minute, wanting to score as many goals as we could. Lewandowski having a decent chance right there that probably could have found the top corner on a later FIFA game, but still there was some annoying things going on like this here where we had to tackle them 3 or 4 times to actually win the ball back, but thankfully they didn't have someone like Robben or Ribéry on their wing. We did a couple of step overs and found Goetze, and just like in the World Cup final a few years ago, he gets the goal that puts us ahead. Is it going to be the winning goal like it was in that tournament? Well, he had another chance to score another one, but Nyland with a great save palming it out for a corner. After half-time, we were still attacking. We still wanted the second goal to secure things, and thankfully, the cut-inside man, Ian Robben, actually cuts inside and finds a goal. A rare occurrence on FIFA 16 because they do like to defend the box very tightly. Lewandowski, edge of the box. Can he finally score one from outside of the box? Not quite. He's not as good as that Totti we had back on FIFA 14. Ribéry gets a chance to finish the game. They miss the slide tackle. He ball rolls it. And saved by Nyland again, but it doesn't really matter because as long as we've got the 3 points, we're going to win the title and that's going to be the treble. Another outside the box effort there from Goetze. The referee's going to blow his whistle and we have got the 3 points that we really wanted, and that means if we can win the Champions League, which we're going to look at just in a second, that means we are going to get the quadruple, something I don't think I've ever done on any FIFA game ever. You might have noticed from some of the comments that I've been making that I really don't like this FIFA 16 game, but it let us down even more here by not even giving us the title lifting scene. I'm not sure what that's all about, but into the Champions League we go. The Bundesliga finished in a way tighter way than I imagined, but we did confirm the treble with the game to spare, and that means just one thing. We now have a Champions League run to confirm a quadruple. There's really only a treble. We had quite an easy group. We had people like Galatasaray, Bruges and Seville. It didn't seem like much of a threat, but things started off much harder than I first imagined. I think there's always been a bit of extra difficulty when you play in the Champions League just to make things seem a bit more tough and maybe a bit more realistic to make it difficult to win the Champions League, but that was absolutely awful. That free kick was our only shot in the game against Galatasaray. We got very lucky against Bruges because they got a red card after just 6 minutes, which made a massive hole in their defence, where players like Tommy Muller and Robben are absolutely going to thrive with their off-the-ball stats. So we scored after 12 minutes, we scored after 19 minutes here, Jerome Boateng from the corner. Finally, things were going our way in the Champions League. Robben nearly killed one in the bottom corner. That would have been some goal right there. The AI team was still getting a little bit lucky. I mean, that was probably worse than the red card, what happened to Lewandowski right there. In our game against Seville, we carried on hitting the crossbar like we did about 1,000,000 times in this episode so far, and Immobile would score a corner header there. Again, nothing Neuer can do. Immobile is pretty decent in the air. We did a good 1-2 here. Muller finding Lewandowski into the box. He gets taken out. This is a very aggressive AI. That meant we had a penalty. Muller, of course, the penalty goat, steps up, goes down the middle, and Lopez knows exactly where he's going to hit that one. Thankfully, though, this was our only loss in the group stage, and we would qualify in second behind Seville. We got a pretty good draw. In the round of 16, we destroyed Porto and then played our youth players in the second leg. That's why aggregate looks a little bit closer than it was. And then we were playing the quarter-final against Juventus. It's not quite Ronaldo-era Juventus, but it's not far off. They had some very good players, including Morata, that would score a goal there after they did about a 95 pass move without even considering missing a single one. We kept on attacking. Of course, we won the equaliser. Robben there doing a slide tackle off the pitch. I'm not too sure why he did that. Good pressing there from Muller, and Xabi Alonso plays it to Lewandowski. Edge of the box, a shot, and it was nearly our first goal from outside the box, but not quite, and this was definitely a game we needed one because it was so difficult to play against this Juventus team. No matter what we did, Chiellini was there, or Barzagli was there, or Bonucci was there. There was always someone there just to stop us just getting through, and that meant the home leg was going to end 1-0. I know I probably sound pretty frustrated at playing this game, but this was the worst match by far. First of all, 96% pass accuracy, 0 fouls. We had no way of getting the ball back. And then second of all, what is our defender doing there? He just ran out the way of the ball, let Morata hit it into the net, and that's the reason we're behind, because the AI just decided to not intercept the ball. I absolutely hate how defending and passing works on this game. Okay, but we still had a chance to make it into the semi-finals. Thiago found Muller, but Bonucci just about headed it away backwards. It was a total last-ditch header, but they got on the end of it. That was a great cross from Alaba, but Chiellini gets on the end of it. Douglas Costa to Goetze, and he can't quite finesse it in the top corner. That would probably have been too good of a goal for FIFA 16 to let you score that one. Morata had a chance there, but Alaba just about helped keep it out of our net. Marquisio, who's by far their best player. Very heavy touch, 180 cross, and of course Mandzukic is not going to miss that. That's the problem with playing Lahm at right back or right centre back. He just doesn't quite have the height, which is annoying. Some good flicks there from Goetze, and it's going to fall to Muller, volleys it in. That is our best goal of the episode by far. That was really nice. Quite satisfying to score that, actually. I'll give some credit to FIFA 16 there. Douglas Costa getting the ball out wide. Lewandowski can't win the header. Bonucci just gets there first, and Marquisio picks up the pieces. Lewandowski again. He's got Goetze in the middle. Goetze's from the edge of the box, and that was very similar to the Muller shot. We are pressing them so high up the pitch right here. I mean, we've got like 8 men up there, but look at this pass accuracy from Juventus. They just can't miss. We make them go long, and we win the ball, but the rest of the game was pretty much all Juventus. What they would do is run into the corner. They would just zigzag around, try and hold off our defenders, and it was so annoying. I just cannot imagine coding an AI that was this annoying, and credit to EA, because this is like playing someone online. It's like playing my brother back when we were really fighting to try and beat each other in every single match. Chiellini would hoof it away. Martinez gets it back into Alaba. Probably our last chance to stay in this tournament. Oh, that would have been such a sick equaliser. We're still fighting. This is our last chance. Benatia, and the referee blows his whistle before we can even pass it into the last third. Let's be honest, we only got a double. We're not even going to consider this as a treble, but still, 2 competition wins is still quite fun, and the fact that we're out of this tournament means I don't have to play FIFA 16 anymore, and I really recommend no one here ever does. But thanks for watching. Subscribe so we can watch FIFA 17, which I promise is probably the best FIFA, which is ironic because it came just after the worst FIFA. But I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers and goodbye.